full body follow along workout. This is no equipment and intermediate level. If you guys are familiar with the following exercises, you don't need to watch the next little bit, which will be a tutorial base. It's going to be rocket push-ups, ab kick-throughs, lunge pulses, as well as alternating plank rows to shoulder tap. So if you guys are familiar with those, you can skip right into the workout. If you're not familiar with them, we're gonna demonstrate them right now. Rocket push-ups, we're gonna start to get your spacing just in a regular push-up position. So you're gonna go down like your regular push-up, full chest to floor, come up. As you're coming up, you're gonna transfer your weight back, your feet, and then come back forward and come into the push-up. So as you get more comfortable, it can be more fluid. If you need to, you can stop and push up through it. Major things here is we wanna make sure that we're not having our hands too close to us because then it'll make it feel awkward, or too far. So that's why you wanna start in the push-up position first. Core stays tight through the entire movement, as well as when you're rocking back, you wanna make sure that you're not too far forward where it feels like you're almost like using your quads more. You wanna let a big full stretch here, relax into your feet, back down. Second exercise is gonna be ab kick through. So we're gonna start in a beast crawl position, knees just hovering over. We're gonna take our left foot, we're gonna kick it through. The right arm lifts, pull it back so you're in a nice open stretch position. Come back into that beast crawl, right leg, left arm. So it's opposite arm to leg. And the knees never touch the ground, so it's only your hands and your feet. Again, core stays engaged. If this becomes hard on your wrists, you can always do it in a fisted position as well. It's a little bit harder, but if you have bad wrists, I recommend that. Third exercise is gonna be alternating pulse lunges. So we're gonna go down into a full lunge, small little rep, and then stand up. Other leg, little pulse, and then stand. When you're doing your lunges, you wanna make sure that we're not stepping too far back where it's like awkward on our hip and we feel like we can't get up. And the same thing, we also don't wanna take too close where you're like, your weight's too far forward. So making sure there's a 90-90 in both your legs as you pulse up and down. Keeping majority of the weight into that front leg when you're driving up. This back leg is kind of just there as like a kickstand, just for balance. All the weight should be in your front legs. Last exercise is gonna be an alternating plank row to shoulder tap. So hands just underneath your shoulders, feet can be hip width apart. If you want it to be a little bit easier, you can go always a little bit wider. We're gonna pick up the right arm, row it, pick up the left arm, row. Right arm taps left shoulder, left arm taps right shoulder. As I'm tapping, I'm not moving my hips. Same thing when I'm rowing, I'm not moving my hips. I wanna keep everything nice and still and strong. So really engaging that core and coming in. A nice little tip that I say for this one to help kind of keep everything engaged is when you're replacing your hand, you can do a slightly more narrow stance. The wider your hands are in terms of like your shoulders, the harder it's gonna be just because that's that weight transfer. So just bringing it a little bit more narrow to make it a little easier. So this is a wide stance. So I'm having to control my body, making it a little bit harder versus if I'm a little bit more narrow, I have a little bit more wiggle room and I can make it a little bit faster. So challenge yourself, go a little bit wider. If you're just a beginner, go a little bit more narrow.